Hollyland has just released another new product. It's called the Vcore. It's a wireless video transmitter, but compared to a typical video transmitter, this one offers a lot more. In fact, it has some features I have never seen in any other similar product before. So in this video, I will walk you through what it can do and explain to you all the important features. Quick disclaimer before we start, this review sample was provided by Hollyland and I don't have to return it after the review. But as usual, I did not receive any money for this review and I'll be sharing both the good things and the issues I found. The size of the Vcore is very similar to the previous Hollyland video transmitters, and that is very impressive because there is a built-in battery inside the Vcore, so you don't need to use any external battery. So if you compare it with the other Hollyland transmitter, once you added an external battery, the Vcore is actually quite a bit smaller and lighter. The Vcore has fixed antennas on top that kind of look like cat ears, pretty cute. On the side, there is a small screen with two buttons below it. You also find two USB-C ports, one for power and one for communication to either the camera or smart device, an HDMI input and a SD card slot, which I'll talk about later. Mounting options are quite flexible, a cold shoe mount, a 1/4 inch mounting thread, and it also comes with a cold shoe adapter. The Vcore comes with a phone holder that can clip onto your phone. But what I really like is the magnetic mount, which lets you attach your MagSafe iPhone or any phone with a compatible magnetic mount directly to the Vcore quickly and easily. This is so much faster and simpler than the traditional phone holders. It's one of those small quality of life touches that actually makes a big difference in real life. Looking at these phone holder accessories, it's clear that the Vcore is primarily designed to work with smart devices. You can connect up to 4 smart devices at the same time, running the Hollyland Vcore app, turning your phone or tablet into wireless or even wired monitor. There's a small amount of latency, but it's quite minimal. I haven't tested the maximum transmission range myself, as I don't think people will be using the phone and want to receive video from a long distance. At normal distance, it works really well and the transmission appears to be very stable. The Hollyland Vcore app itself is packed with features. You get all the usual monitoring tools, waveform, histogram, degrees, false colors, LUT support, etc. Basically everything you expect from a professional monitor. There's also a built-in green screen preview tool, so you can check your green screen setup in real time before you even start recording. On top of that, Vcore also supports RTMP live streaming, so you can stream pretty much anywhere as long as you got a stable internet connection on your phone. But the feature I personally care about the most is video recording. As someone who often needs to record screen footage for my YouTube camera gear reviews, I normally rely on my Atomos Ninja 5, but the Atomos Ninja 5 is big, heavy, and also needs a chunky and heavy NPF battery and also a SSD drive. When I mounted the Ninja 5 on the camera suddenly becomes very top heavy and hard to balance. And when I'm traveling, there's a lot of extra gear to bring. With the Vcore itself is pretty much all I need to bring. I just need to attach the Vcore onto my camera's hot shoe mount, which means it is a much lighter setup compared to my Ninja 5. Using the Hollyland Vcore app, we can record video up to 1080p, 60 frames per second in standard H.264 format. While it is not 4K, the recorded footage still looks quite good. But if you're using an iPhone or iPad, you can even record in 1080p ProRes format, and there are also a few different quality options that you can choose from. And not only that, you can insert an SD card into the Vcore, and the Vcore can record video to the SD card as well. That means when you're using the Vcore, it can record 2 videos at the same time, one on the phone and one on the transmitter's SD card. You can even set it up so the Hollyland Vcore app remotely triggers both the camera recording and the transmitter recording at the same time. However, here's where I hit my first issue. This remote trigger feature didn't work with my Panasonic Lumix S5 II. I just couldn't get it to start or stop recording from the Hollyland Vcore app. I also couldn't get the Vcore to record video to this SD card. And when I tried ProRes recording on my iPhone 16 Pro, the video file recorded on my phone had no audio. H.264 recordings had audio, but ProRes didn't. So I sent the files to Hollyland and they told me that with the Panasonic Lumix cameras, ProRes recording won't have audio. But with Sony cameras, then it should work fine. Sure enough, I tested with a Sony a7CR and the audio was there when I record in ProRes format. But honestly, I don't know why, because if I connect my Atomos Ninja 5 to my Lumix S5 II, the Ninja 5 can record ProRes video with audio. So hopefully this is something Hollyland can fix in the future. But right now, if you're using a Sony camera, then you're good. But if you're using a Panasonic camera, not so much. Now, there's a feature I've never seen on any video transmitter before, and it's both amazing and frustrating. If you connect the Vcore to your camera with a USB-C cable and insert an SD card into the Vcore, then when you take a photo, the photo file can also be saved to Vcore's SD card as well. The photo can be in RAW format, JPEG, or RAW plus JPEG, it doesn't matter, and it is saved in full resolution as well. So you get a duplicate of the photo on the Vcore. This is so useful, especially if your camera only has a single card slot. Suddenly, photographers have a photo backup solution built right into the video transmitter, which is genius. But here's the bad news. Again, it didn't work with my Lumix S5 II. Hollyland has sent me setup instructions for the Sony a7 IV, and from what I understand, these features relies on the camera's tether shooting support. The Vcore basically acts like a tether computer, receiving the photo instantly from the camera and saving it to the SD card. I don't have a Sony a7 IV, so I tested it with a Sony a7CR, and unfortunately, after spending the whole evening, I still couldn't get it to work. Now, keep in mind I'm testing with pre-production firmware, so there may be things that still need to work on. Hollyland told me they are working on a camera compatibility list, so if you are thinking of buying the Vcore, especially for this photo backup feature or any of the special new features, I strongly recommend checking Hollyland's website first to confirm if your camera is supported or not. Apart from smart device monitoring, the Vcore can also connect to Hollyland's latest Pyro series receivers and transmit video up to 4K 30 resolution. Unfortunately, Vcore doesn't work with the older Hollyland Mars series receivers, and I only have Mars receivers, so I couldn't test this functionality as well. This review is a bit of a weird one. On paper, the Vcore looks like a fantastic device, not just for filmmakers, but for photographers as well. I know some of my viewers would not like the fact that this device uses a built-in non-rechargeable battery. I completely understand that, but for this product, I don't really mind so much because the whole purpose of this product is to make it as compact and also as easy to use as possible, especially like when you're traveling. This device is all you need to bring, which makes everything super easy. And if you don't really like to have built-in battery, Hollyland does offer a lot of other video transmitters that use the more standard external battery instead. I love the design, it's very compact, and the magnetic mount makes it super quick and easy to use with my iPhone. But in practice, I couldn't test most of the exciting new features, ProRes recording with audio, SD card recording, photo backup, because my cameras simply are not fully supported. So for me, right now, the Vcore is basically just a nice compact video transmitter. It is a pretty nice one, but without those extra bells and whistles, it doesn't stand out as much. If you're using a supported Sony camera, I think you'll be able to unlock everything this device can do. And in that case, it's honestly very impressive. But for everyone else, definitely check the compatibility list first before buying to avoid disappointment.